We are just 1 week away from the NFL football season. Dallas versus Philly. The Eagles are going to hang the banner, and I'm going to be live and in living color, reacting to the game, calling the game, whatever you want to call it. But first, we got to go with the boldest. The definitive predictions for each NFL award this year. And if anybody tells you otherwise, they're just full of crap. We are just over 20 subscribers away from hitting that magic number of 100. A little bit closer to the goal for those lucrative sponsorship deals where I get to sell you guys some Manscaped, where you get to make your testicles nice and smooth, baby. And I get to also sell you food stuff, maybe some Raid Shadow Legends that I never played. But if you can, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and this is HillTImeSports. First off, let's go with the Rookie of the Year on the offensive side of the ball. I got Tyler Warren. For all that is good in the world, I need him to perform on my fantasy football team, so I'm picking him to compete for that Offensive Rookie of the Year award. It could be a terrible mistake on my part, but he might even have a Brock Bowers season, and that would be really good for my fantasy team because it's been 3 years since my last championship, and I would love for me to capture some gold again because it's like my daddy always told me, the only thing better than a crawfish dinner is 5 crawfish dinner. And then you got Ashton Jeanty, who was the number 6 overall pick with the Las Vegas Raiders. Why do I want to call them Oakland? Because they were in Oakland ever since I was a kid. But this guy is going to turn the Raiders from the outhouse to a moderately well-furnished apartment or hotel room. He's going to be a really good running back. And finally, a dark horse to win it all, Trevion Henderson will have similar numbers as Jeanty. Maybe a little bit more receiving numbers because Drake May is going to get him the ball early and often. Just like old Patriots teams where Tom Brady made everybody look like a fool and made us all mad for a better part of 2 decades. My pick though, Ashton Jeanty, because they are going to compete for the AFC West for a wild card spot, and Jeanty is going to be a big part of the reason why they are in a position to one day be better than the rest of the AFC West. Defensive side of the ball, there is a lot of good players coming out. Jihad Campbell, and yes, this is not Philly bias, although I live all the way across the country. The guy will take over Nakobe Dean's spot even when he comes back. Or he may move to the edge and show why he will be a premier edge defender. I think that the Eagles are going to contend for a Super Bowl. I will stop short to saying they will win the Super Bowl because I don't want to jinx it. Jahdae Barron from the Broncos that I have picked to perhaps dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs and their dark magic. With Patrick Surtain II getting less attention on that side of the ball, because remember what happened with Deion Sanders. They never really threw it his way after a while. They're not going to throw it Surtain's way, so Barron is going to have all the opportunities in the world to prove that he can be a number 2 corner in this league. I picture him getting close to 5 or 6 interceptions this season, maybe 4, and perhaps taking home the defensive Rookie of the Year. My pick, though, yeah, it goes to Jahdae Barron. I really think Barron is going to benefit from Surtain playing on the other side, Bonito playing, and the rest of that defense that was 3rd in the National Football League in points allowed. Next up, we got Comeback Player of the Year. Christian McCaffrey comes in after having a terrible injury-riddled season last year. Will he be able to play at a higher level? I think he will. I think he goes for 1,400 yards on the ground and close to 600 yards receiving. I think he has a bounce-back year. And the 49ers get back to the playoffs. After that, dark horse prediction right here, Nick Chubb, who I have picked, although this year I didn't pick, on my fantasy team for a while. I think he finishes close to 1,000 yards, just over, close to 10 touchdowns, and provides stability at the running back position that Joe Mixon did not provide. Mark my words, Nick Chubb is going to be great. And finally, Dak Prescott, who got hurt last season, he's going to throw for over 4,000 yards and close to 35 touchdowns in garbage time when he's got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. He's going to have to, because Dallas's run game is just awful. I don't think Dallas makes the playoffs, but Prescott does come away with a good season, and perhaps he can win the Comeback Player of the Year award, although I think it's going to go to McCaffrey, who's going to help lead the Niners to the playoffs. Although not as big of an impact with the trade of Brian Robinson Jr., I still think he gets those yardage and those touchdowns. What do you guys think? So far, who do you guys think is going to have Comeback Player of the Year? DROY, OROY, and YMCA. You know what I mean? We got all that acronyms. And now we got the Offensive Player of the Year. Saquon Barkley is going to take a step back, but he's going to still finish with 1,600 yards, 10 plus touchdowns. And the Eagles, like I said earlier, are going to contend for the Super Bowl. Jamar Chase is going to have another monster season. He's going to have to, because that defense sucks. And I picture Joe Burrow not finishing the season. He's either going to miss a few games in between, or that offensive line is going to be so shaky that, he just goes down. And I don't want that to happen. But Jamar Chase is going to break the receiving yards record or get close to it this year. They might sneak into the playoffs. It'll be because of Chase, Higgins, and Burrow. And finally, Derrick Henry is going to finish with another close to 2,000 yards and 13 plus touchdowns, because with Lamar Jackson as your quarterback who can throw the ball and run the ball, it's going to open up a lot of holes for Henry. This is a contendership year for the Ravens. This may be their best shot to get to the Super Bowl. With a good draft, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, you got a few good players that came over from free agency. This is their best shot to get to the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, Chase and Barkley are going to go one-on-one for the Offensive Player of the Year, ultimately going to Chase, who I think can get another Triple Crown win with over 100 receptions, over 15 touchdowns, and close to 2,000 yards receiving. You heard it first here, and if you didn't hear it first, well, I didn't hear it from anywhere else, so you heard it first here. Defensive Player of the Year. Patrick Surtain just won, so you can't run him out. He may win again. He may get like 5-4 receivers. Interceptions. He's not the flashiest player, but with Nick Bonito and all that, I think he can win again. Aiden Hutchinson is going to come back and finish with... Aiden Hutchinson will have another great season after finishing the season injured. He's going to be top 3 in sacks and show the NFL why he is one of the premier pass rushers in the NFL. I'm calling it right now, and if you think you're wrong, if you think I'm wrong, well, that's too damn bad. Next up, hot take, Quinyon Mitchell. And yes, this is Philly bias coming on. He's going to finish with 5 interceptions. Cement himself as a top 5 corner in the National Football League. And it's going to be gorgeous, because that second cornerback position is still a red flag for us Philadelphia Eagles fans. They let so many balls go by, so many broken tackles, missed tackles, that Quinyon and DeJean are going to have to take it up. Blankenship too. So Quinyon cements himself as a top 5 cornerback in the National Football League. Philly bias. Mitchell wins Defensive Player of the Year, second season in the NFL, and Eagles contend for the Super Bowl again.
Will you clam up?
Like I've said, 3 other times before. And yes, I got a lot of Philadelphia love up in here. That's love and tenderness. But finally, MVP award, the quarterback award, where I don't think anybody is going to win it other than a quarterback, unfortunately. Lamar Jackson, 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns next year through the air, 7 on the ground, is going to try and get his 3rd MVP award, but stopping him in his tracks maybe Josh Allen, who has to play out of his mind with Dalton and Khalil Shakir as his number 1 weapons. He may make a push. He may have similar numbers like he did, but a lot of these games are going to come down to Josh Allen and him making a play. And finally, Jared Goff is my dark horse to win the MVP. He will have close to 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. The winner will be Jared Goff, and that's my biggest hot take of the day. He's going to play outside his mind, and the Detroit Lions are going to go to the NFC Championship, where they will face the Philadelphia Eagles. This is going to be one hell of a season, and I look forward to going along this ride with y'all. If you want to hitch your wagon to the HillTImeSports, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are almost to 100 subscribers, and I would love to see it happen next week when the season kicks off. But let me know who you think are going to win these awards, and I will see you in the next video. Adios.